Alright y'all, what is good? I have not posted a YouTube video in a long time, over a month. And as you can see, I'm not in California, I'm not in Miami. I am in Arizona right now in a pretty cool mansion. And for the past couple months, I've just been traveling around state to state to state while I'm kind of figuring out where I actually want to live, because I don't want to lock myself on a 12-month lease if I don't even like the place, right? That's the mistake I kind of made with Miami. When I moved to Miami, I liked it for like 6 months, then it became ass, right? Then I bought a car, then I started traveling, and you know, the rest is history. But I wanted to talk about how you could just make a fuck ton of money. And it's simply by using the law of detachment. The law of detachment is a very simple law. And I'm pretty sure that's what took me from, definitely took me from 0 to 10K a month, but it definitely helped, especially with the law of attraction as well, taking me from 10K to like 50K a month. And it's as simple as just doing the fucking work, bro. A lot of people sit down and they just don't put in the work. They mental masturbate. That is exactly what it's called. So they'll go ahead, watch YouTube videos for hours, take notes and notes and notes and notes. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next video. Take notes and notes and notes and notes. And they'll try to figure out every single little detail, every single little problem they're gonna go on in their business without actually starting. Now, I wanna ask you this question. Who do you think is going to make more progress? A, the person who sits around, takes notes, watch YouTube videos, but never actually starts, or the person who knows nothing about the business model and just starts? It's pretty fucking simple. The person who actually starts and learns from experience is going to make the most money in any type of business, especially in freelance brand scaling. Because at the end of the day, freelance brand scaling is something that I do. My business is currently doing around $35,000 to $50,000 MRR right now. And the best thing that you should do when you first start freelance brand scaling is to jump right into it. At the end of the day, freelance brand scaling, cold calling, it is a volume fucking game. You're not going to make money if you don't put in the work. And a lot of people that I teach freelance brand scaling to, the difference between them succeeding and not is the actual effort they put in and time they take to learn and experience things, right? It's very simple, guys. It is extremely simple. The people who dials the most leads, practices the most, practices on ads manager the most, and researches the most while putting it into action is simply going to make more money. It's true, because I've had a lot of students dial only 50 leads, 100 leads, and not make that much money. I'm like, and they're like, Jake, what's wrong? I'm like, bro, it took you 1-2 weeks to dial 100 fucking leads. You're obviously not gonna make money. Now, I gave them the scripts and everything. Yes, they could book a call or two off of 100 leads, but it simply is a volume game. And with that being said, how I transition my mind to only focus on my outputs rather than the results, because naturally, as a human being, your mood is affected on how you perform. And that is the truth. Once you switch your mindset on being happy to actually putting in the effort, getting your tasks done from the day, and then switching over to, oh, how much money did I make today? Oh, this, and that. You're gonna make so much more money just like that. A lot of people have a problem of putting their whole just mood and mental state on how much money they make in a day or how much money they make in a month. And they don't focus on building, and that's why they're only gonna be here for so long. For example, my boy Jake. I love my boy Jake, he's a good dude, but you guys saw it happen in real life. Now, I'm not shitting on Jake whatsoever because he posted the video, he posted everything. I'm just looking at it from experience. The reason he spent a lot of his money and also made a lot of his money super quick is because he put his whole entire mood on the results, right? Again, I'm not shaming Jake, like this is my guy, like he's my boy, but I saw it happen. The reason, I don't want to say fell off, but the reason he lost a lot of money was because his whole entire mindset was, oh, I have to make this much money, I have to do this, I have to buy this, not, okay, how much work can I put in this day? What can I do this day? What can I do this day to make sure I'm building my business to get results later on and to get consistent income later on? It is super important that you focus on your inputs rather than your outputs. Stay with me now. How you could fix this? You could go on your notes app, you could go on a Google Doc, you could even buy a notebook, and you could write down tasks for the day. You can write down tasks for the day. So let's just say, for example, You run a freelance brand scaling SMMA, whatever, exactly what I do, right? On the side, you could dial 50 leads today. Check up on your team. If you have a team, work on this person's ads, work on this person's ads, make this person's creatives, figure out exactly what you need to do to scale, right? Once you go through that list every single day and complete the tasks you need to complete every single day, you're gonna make a lot more fucking money because you're focusing on shit that's gonna progress forward. Because a lot of times in freelance brand scaling, especially, you will get paid a client retainer from last month, because a retainer is a monthly fee, essentially a monthly payment, right? So with that being said, is once you collect a monthly fee from a client, you probably won't have to do a lot of work for that client for the next month and the next month, and they're still going to pay you monthly. That gives you so much dopamine seeing a 2K, 3K payment when you wake up doing fucking nothing, right? I had to train myself to actually like disconnect from that. It's very hard. I'm not gonna lie, it is very hard. But once you figure that out, you're gonna make a lot more money, right? And it is extremely, extremely important that you end up doing that, bro, to be completely honest. But that doesn't mean you could completely forget about the results, right? If you're focusing on your inputs day in and day out and day in and day out, and you don't make money for, a couple weeks to a month, that is a problem as well, right? You need to have your business figured out. You need to figure out your systems, and you need to figure out what actually makes you money. Once you figure out what actually makes you money in your business, then you could go ahead and start using the law of detachment. That is when you will scale to the fucking moon, I'm telling you. So when you're starting your business, for example, I'm just gonna stick to the video, freelance brand scaling, right? You need to figure out your back end, you need to figure out your offer, you need to figure out exactly what you're selling. And once you sign your first, second, third client, you know what fucking works, right? So with that being said, that's when you could go ahead and step back, be like, okay, this is what I need to do every single day. This is what I need to do next week. This is what I need to do for the month. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna make a fuck ton of money with my business. Guys, it's so simple. It is so simple to make money online with freelance brand scaling, or any business at all, but for me, it's freelance brand scaling. If you guys don't know who I am, and this is your first time watching me, I've also been in e-com for 3 years. I ran up a clothing brand to, pretty big numbers. I literally have it tattooed on my arm. But that's what you need to do to make a lot of money. And also, another law that I love to use is the law of attraction. Now, simply, what the law of attraction actually is you attract things into your life. Now, this is what I did at the very, very, very beginning stages of my business. So I used the law of attraction to help me get to my goals. Then I went forward and used the law of detachment as well. So the law of attraction is simply manifesting good things into your life, right? So what I did starting out is I printed little papers with little affirmations and saying on my walls. Now I would say, the universe is aggressively on my side. I make 100K a month. I have a Corvette. I have this. You never say, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna. You always say, I have. That's just part of it. Second part is subliminals. What subliminals actually are, subliminals is very, very key. You wanna film a video of yourself saying the things that you have on your wall. I have a Corvette, I have a Lamborghini, I make 100K a month, I have a house, I'm helping people in my business, the universe is aggressively on my side, God is good, God is amazing, stuff like that, right? And you want to record yourself. Have that video in your phone in a saved folder or something, right? And every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed, I want you to play that video. I want that to be the first thing that's on your mind. Because I saw a video, I think it was by like Smith Reese or something like that a couple years ago. And he said when you wake up and before you go to bed, your brain takes in the most information it does throughout the day. So do the math, right? If you wake up to subliminals and go to sleep to subliminals every single night, what's gonna happen? Your mind is simply going to feed those thoughts and feed what the video is saying into your real life. And it's gonna push out to your real life. That is the law of attraction. But again, the law of attraction isn't gonna fucking work if you don't put in the work, bro. It's that simple. So at the end of the day, the law of detachment is a lot more important than the law of attraction, but both are important. And if I were you, the whole point of this video, if I were to take away one thing, is to just work hard, bro. If you work hard, really, really work hard, you will make a lot of money in whatever business you're in. Now, I'm gonna start being a lot more consistent with the YouTube videos, and I'm gonna start posting a lot more. So with that being said, if you guys need any help with freelance brand scaling mindset, feel free to go ahead and DM my Instagram. It is linked in the description. I respond to everyone, send you voice messages. And yeah, appreciate it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.